Check around this area.
They're all
Really?
We'll get plenty for their kid once we
Are you guys really that? Not even bothered. Of course not. Oh, what'd you get? I understand times are hard, but
You forced our hand.
gotta be a little more careful.
As you desire. Well done, I say! Well done!
Who are you? You don't look like any guardsman I ever saw, and that's not much of a uniform.
I'm Warden, a Grey Warden.
Oh, you looking for a chance to bring in some coin? Could be I have that opportunity, especially for someone with a few connections above ground.
Sounds like it would improve your kind of opportunity.
Long as you keep your eyes down and your mouth shut, we've got no further business.
Oh, there we go. Go to the Emporium.
What are you looking for? We got nothing to buy for the likes of you. Or maybe you wanted to sell.
This doesn't look like a store.
Well, our business is kind of covert, if you know what I mean. It's illegal in Orzammar for me to engage in protected trade, but they look the other way if I share things with my friends. For money.
I have some spare equipment. What do you give me?
Why don't you take a look?
No. Nothing. That was worth a shot.
Your clothes are so fancy. Did you get them topside?
Yes, I did.
My ma'am used to say they don't got no stone to protect them topside. If I go up there, I'm gonna fall into the sky.
You just have to hold on real tight with your feet.
Yes. When my dad left, he never came back. Who's to say he didn't fall up, eh?
I have to go now.
Don't fall into the sky when you go back up there.
I always thought that was funny how they were always afraid of that. Suspicious door. Not getting in there.
Spare a bit for the needy? Have you a coin to spare, my lord? It's for my son. He's sick. He hasn't any clean clothes to wear or anything to eat today. Neither have I.
Why doesn't your son's father help you?
Question I ask every day. He was eager enough for a daughter who would bring him into the mining caste. But since the boy was born, I've not seen nose or heel of the lout. And me alone on the street, forbidden to return to my family unless I... But no, I can't bear to even think of it.
What does your family want you to do?
My son's father is casteless, as is he. I used to be a miner, but my parents stripped my caste and refused to accept me back. Unless I agree to abandon the child in the deep roads and pretend I never bore him.
If you're a miner, why would your son be casteless?
In Orzammar, lineage is traced through the child's same-sex parent. Had my baby been a girl, she would have been a miner like me. But as a boy, my son is considered tainted forever by his father's seed.
Is there any other solution?
Yes. I can become casteless with him, which is what I've done. Others have raised children like this, right? Begging for change, sleeping in doorways?
Nope, that's just messed up. That's a bad persuasion. Maybe I could reason with your family.
You would do that? But why?
I don't like to see a child suffer.
Then I cannot offer enough gratitude. But I warn you, my father is a stiff-necked man. His name is Ordell, and he's usually at Tapster's in the evening. I do not think he will listen to you. But I will wait anxiously to see if you can do what you promise.
You need me? What's next?
That's it for this area.
Allow me. I could do that for you.
But yeah, this is where a good portion of one of the dwarven stories takes place for the origin.
Well, look at that. It's not often old Nadezda sees a fine-dressed stranger here in Dusttown. Help a poor cripple.
Here's 5 silvers. Buy yourself some food.
Well, thank you truly, my lord. That's right good of you. It takes a stranger to notice how bad things are, huh? No dwarf would lift a sodding finger. Excuse my language. What takes you out of the diamond quarters, stranger? You got a vice you're looking for old Nadezda to fill?
Tell me about Dusttown.
It's pretty much as you see it. The raw stone where the casteless live, because we're not welcome elsewhere. You're born to wear a branded face in Orzammar, and you'll live your life in Dusttown.
What do you mean by brand?
Means you don't exist. It tells everyone who sees you not to work with you, not to serve you, and not to care if you're hurt. The Deep Lords burn it into us the day we're born, so no one accidentally oversteps her place.
How did you get crippled?
I'd say it was an accident, try to get some sympathy coin, but you look like you'd rather hear the truth. I was running protection for the Carta when some guardsmen caught me. Duster I was with had coin for a bribe, but I took a stand. Guardsmen broke my sodding kneecaps and had me kneel in dung until the infection set in. Never healed proper.
What's a Carta?
Well, now I know you're not from here. The Carta's who runs Dusttown. Jarvia's got her boys everywhere. They tell you, and you jump, because they're the only ones with the coin and the steel to get whatever they want.
Sorry to hear that, but I should go.
I'll just stay out of your way then.
I already went there. Grabbed a few side missions down here. Head to the fancy diamond quarters. Hit up a few shops on the shops on the way. Yes, I'm gonna go to the bar and get shots. Yeah, see, that's what I need is superiority. That's what the war cry does to knock them off their feet. I ain't got that yet. This war cry is not gonna be as effective as I was hoping it would be. Oh shit, I didn't even go in here yet.
I once drank Dwarven ale. Woke up a week later in Jada wearing nothing but my shoes and a towel.
Atrust Vala, stranger. You must be the Grey Warden we heard about. Welcome to Tapster's. I'm Cora, your hostess. How may I serve you?
I'd like to hear a bit about the city.
So you come to Tapster's? I guess you're not asking for anything official, or you'd be at the Shaperate. But I can certainly give you a mole's eye view.
Is there any place I should see while I'm here?
The nobles stay upstairs, except when they're slumming. You'll find the assembly there, the palace, the shaperate, and plenty of estates. Down from here is just Dust Town or the mines, so my recommendation is avoid. It's not part of the city, just some old tunnels where the castless build their nests. No one goes there if they can help it. But if you want fun, your best bet is the Proving.
I'm looking for someone.
Maybe I can help.
I'm looking for a man named Ordell.
He's the one in the corner, still dusty from the mines. Don't expect him to be chatty.
What are you looking at, stranger?
Are you Ordell?
I could be. What business is it of yours?
If you don't take Zerlinda back, she'll die.
What? You think she'd die just to keep that thing? She knows what she has to do to come home. I never wanted her gone. Just the little cur. Can't she see she'd have a better life if she got rid of it?
He's a baby, not a cur, and she loves him.
Look, just tell her... We never meant to hurt her. It just seemed best that... Oh, just tell her to come home. Her mother and I are waiting for her.
They're everywhere! I can't take it! What? Get away! You'll change like the rest! Monsters hidden in all my friends!
Is this Darkspawn corruption or just madness?
There's things older than Darkspawn. And once you're in the story, they find you. See? I found copies. All from the same pen, and older than the ones in song. Dormant my ass. Take them. I want out. I won't disappear chasing a lie. I won't.
Interesting.
Told him I don't understand why the provings aren't open to everyone. I mean, it's how the ancestors show their favor. Do they really need our help? And then he practically slapped me.
So I'll go and speak to her in a little bit. Still need to peruse the area. Floor carving. Wait, oh, back.
Yes, I was gentle. It was peaceful and it gave me a new start. No one knew who I was. But sometimes I am glad I am away and back on the road. There were bothersome things about the place. Well, bothersome people. Some of the brothers and sisters would talk to you like the chant they spoke was more peaceful. I hated the way they talked about me. So sometimes I forget the words to the chant, or say them wrong. But so what? The Maker looks into your heart, no? So it doesn't matter what your lips say, as long as your heart is true.
I think you're missing the point, my dear. The Chantry believes the chant of light should be spread around the world. You cannot spread it if those that are speaking the chant are speaking it incorrectly.
But I came to the Maker before I had even heard all of the chants. The Maker speaks to people. They just don't know how to listen. It is all a power game, I think. If they convince others they know more, then they must be respected.
Child, it is precisely this kind of talk that made them wary of you. Opinions that differ from your own are always threatening.
It cannot be.
Well, fine. I don't want to go in there anyways. Roasting, roasting,
The great paragon Branca will next return.
Nug Wrangler.
I knew I should have stuck to common nugs. I've gone and lost them too. I'll never find them the way they skitter.
Common nugs. I don't like those. They look dirty.
No way I'm going back to that supplier in Dust Town. Guess I'm shutting it down.
If I see any nugs, I'll send them your way.
Good on you, stranger. Only need one to turn this around.
Yeah, and I did get to wrangle nugs. And there's one. See, they're like weird rabbit pig things.
Go on, I'm out of the nug game. Got nothing to sell.
I got a nug for you. Here.
Saraka, I'm back in the game, such as it is. I don't have much besides gratitude, but find a bunch more of these and I'll toss you whatever I found.
Yay, way to get money repeatedly.
Excuse me, do you have a moment?
Agna!
You look like you're not from around here.
Yes, you could say that.
Oh, wonderful. I've been trying forever to find someone who really knows the surface world. I don't suppose you've heard of something called the Circle?
The Circle of Magi?
I've been trying to reach someone there for years. I've sent missives with every caravan, but I never get a reply. I want to know if they would accept me for study.
You want to leave Orzammar?
I want to go to the Circle to study. I don't want to do magic. No dwarf can cast spells, but I don't see why I shouldn't study it. It would be a valuable exchange. Orzammar would learn of one of the great natural forces of the surface. And the Circle gains direct access to our knowledge of lyrium smithing.
I can bring the Circle your request.
That would be wonderful. My name is Dagna, daughter of Janar of the Smithcast. Tell them I've already begun reading the Tevinter Imperiums for Tikum Kadab, and it's just fascinating. Did you know the Imperial Magister Lords once had genealogies of every human family known to produce a mage child?
She's so enthusiastic and adorable. I'm glad we're helping her.
Oh, I'll go pack my bags right now. I'll be waiting by my father's shop.
And see, the sad part is like, sure, they don't use magic, but that would be considered, like, blasphemy. Something that she'd get in serious trouble for, and even her father's against, but would actually be very beneficial if you think about it to the dwarves to better understand magic, even if they can't use it. If anything, to even be able to combat it.
Greetings, and welcome to Garen Garrison's luxury goods shop. Wow, there are a lot of you. And I've never seen one of those before. The things they come up with. What was I saying?
Are you alright?
Oh, I was hoping you wouldn't notice. Most people don't anymore. Or maybe they're too polite to mention it. I had a little incident a few years back. Too much time with the raw lyrium ore, you know. Maybe it was a bad vein. I cut myself and the dust got straight in the blood. Since then, it's been a little hard for me to concentrate. Except when forging, then I'm straight as an arrow. Best work you've ever seen. Look around the shop. See for yourself.
Thanks, I will. Sale. Ooh, the Rose's Thorn. It's just too bad it's way too much money. Get out here with the boring boots, don't need. Then Life Giver even. Woo! That's pretty awesome. No! It's all physical technique and I can't afford it. Nothing I could sell can really give me it either. Because I could really use that book.
Hey, what's down there?
Stuff. Hey, no! There. Hey, Mr. Nug Person, here you go.
You're the best wrangler I've ever seen.
I'm like the only Nug Wrangler you ever seen. Let's go to the Diamond Quarter.
I hope the Assembly picks a king soon.
You have come at a difficult time. Orzammar is alien and wanted.
Lord,
You just take a weapon right off the rack. Nobody cares.
This has dragged on too long. It's an
Let's go to Haramont's estate. Oh, you know, everything seems to itch whenever I'm recording. Call shenanigans. Let's go off to dueling.
I heard there was a Grey Warden here. I am Hero of Ferelden, second to Lord Haramont, King Endrin's own choice as successor. Word is spreading that the surface may suffer a blight. It is shameful we are not in a better position to help.
I would speak with Lord Haramont.
In an ordinary time, Lord Haramont would be honored to meet you. Unfortunately, we've already caught more than one of Balin's spies approaching Haramont under a pretense of friendship. So I'm afraid I won't be able to take your word. If you want to speak to Haramont, you will need to prove he can trust you.
How can I prove I'm not working for Balin?
That's a generous offer. If you mean it, you might attend the proving today. The Deshers take it very seriously. And unfortunately, Balin found some way to blackmail or intimidate House Haramont's best fighters into stepping down.
So you'd like me to enter the proving in Haramont's name?
It would certainly make your loyalties loud and clear. Balin would never work with anyone who humiliated him in that way. Haramont would have no fear of meeting with you then.
On to the proving. See why the others withdrew.
Excellent. The arena is located off the Commons. Talk to the Proving Master and tell him you're entering Lord Haramont's roster. The key fighters we lost were Guidon and Baisel. You can look for them in the fighters' preparation chambers behind the ring. And be sure it's before the fights begin. After the first bout, no one may change the roster. If you need to find me again, I will wait in the Tapster's Tavern off the Commons. There is no better place to hear gossip. Perhaps even word of your victory.
Sneak into his chambers.
Allow me. I could do that for you. Just like you wanted.
Ah, there's nothing that can stop me. You know he's not even here. You stopped me and he's not even here was the point. Nothing around here.
You must be under great strain with the blight upon the land.
I finished.
Letter from King Endrin.
What now?
Oh yeah, and just a bit of a spoiler, I guess, unless you played through the Dwarven Origin. It was totally Balin that killed his father, and as a sibling, because you know it could be male or female dwarf, you're the one that gets set up for it. Good times.
So I shall.
House Hadouken.
Raise your voice in favor of Lord Balin.
Yeah, but his change is a different kind of change. He doesn't want the good kind of change. He wants change for the sake of money, and power. He's not doing it for the betterment of his people. So I screw Balin. Haremont may be set in his ways. I mean, they're both wrong if you really think about it. Because Haremont's more of a traditionalist. He wants the dwarves to kind of keep to themselves, which isn't really the right way to go about either. It's always good to have allies and people that you work with, rather than just sticking to yourself. But at least he's not trying to sell out his own people in the process. Balin's doing it just because, well, why not? More money, more power for me. Oh, what the hell?
You idiot! This isn't the vault. We have to get out of here.
No. It's pretty smart, just too bad they screwed up. Could have just snuck right in.
Thanks again, Warden.
You're welcome. I'm just gonna go ahead and raid your vault.
It's done.
Well, not necessarily that's the vault, but I'm gonna raid your stuff. That's a better way of putting it. Oh, hey, there we go. Many of King Edgar's belongings have been rushed into the storage, including trophies of his long reign. Among boxes is a small glass phylactery. The area is unnaturally cold. Dark shapes swirl around a slip of paper within the vial. Take the vial. Glass fractures at your touch. Let's do it, Revenant! I'm ready for you. Stun him! Nope, didn't work. Yeah, I love it. Just stay right in the range of the aura and just keep healing. Stop missing, damn it. There you go. Nah, it's just plate armor. Nothing special about it. Not yet, at least. There's other revenants that I'm fighting that I believe give me a pretty good set of armor. If memory serves me correctly. Caged in stone. Nothing left here to see. She just keeps racking up injuries, and it's mostly my fault. Should set up better tactics for her, keep her alive, keep an eye on her. Maybe even switch to her and play as her from time to time to keep her alive. AI does decent job babysitting her. And it's not because she's a bad character. She actually does a lot, is capable of doing a lot of damage, and has done a lot of damage in some cases. Just like with most rogues, they're not as durable as a warrior. At least more durable than a mage, but
surely
they're more in the front lines. The mages are. What is this place? And that's the assembly. I don't want to go there just yet. But I'll definitely make my way back, that's for certain. Is it the Shaper? Yes, it is. Good.
From the memories.
What?
Warden, I'm outraged. A thief in the Shaper. What have we been reduced to?
Did you get a good look at him?
I did. He was bald, with the most garish brand across his head. Almost like he took pride in being castless. Imagine. He's probably in the slums somewhere. As if he'd find a buyer for a stolen tome in Dust Town. They couldn't know the value.
Somebody else could.
Perhaps you should stand over there instead.
Fine, jerk.
Oh, pardon me. Were you looking for a particular volume? Not that I could really help. I don't know the libraries very well. I'm just doing some research.
What kind of research?
I was looking for something about the Orton Tig. It was lost during the last Blight, and there aren't many records left. They were a noble house once, descended from the Paragon Orton, who composed the grand epic of the Seven Brothers and the Ortonic Symphony. My mother's family believes they were descended from Kalana Orton, who was training in Orzammar when the Tig fell. I'm even named for the house, Orta. Unfortunately, any records would be buried in the Tig's ruins, somewhere in the deep roads.
I'm a Grey Warden. I'm not afraid of the deep roads.
A Grey Warden? Mother always said that if anyone could find the Tig, it was the Wardens. I hear Prince Balin and Lord Harrowmont have both been sending out small teams these days. Yes, if you can find the Tig in any records, that could do it. That could prove I'm a noble. If you could. Maybe now that you're looking. It's almost too much to hope.
Never give up hope.
Shh. Doing very important work.
Whatever. Look on the deep roads. Or some more politics. If you don't agree with me, I assassinate you, or I kill you with an axe. Or a blunt object. In praise of the humble monk. Legion of the Dead. Bunch of badasses right there. Dwarven Faith. Traditional Dwarven folk songs.
What's next?
Usually sung when drunk off mead in the taverns. Or ale, not just...
When I last walked this hall, Endrin was king and Orzammar was at peace. The memories often speak of the swiftness with which change overtakes us. But it is different to see it firsthand. I apologize, Warden. I should not burden a stranger with such thoughts. I am Zebor, the Shaper of Memories.
How do you know who I am?
The Grey Warden's visit has been recorded in the memories, along with all who accompany you.
I would like your permission to open a chantry here.
That is an odd request, especially for one so new to our city.
I come on behalf of Brother Burkle, cleric of Redcliffe.
I thought so. This is not the first time he's made this plea. My answer to Brother Burkle hasn't changed. So I ask you the same. On what basis would you have me insult the ancestors and overturn 2,000 years of tradition?
In this case, when you're talking to dwarves, you usually want to talk money. So, the Chantry's charities could greatly aid Orzammar.
What sort of charities do you mean?
Oh, wait. option for money. The Chantry will educate children of all castes.
I am not certain this is in Orzammar's best interests. Our castes have served us well, but it's possible this service could benefit our people. Very well, he may hold a prayer meeting as he requested, if not build a new temple to his god. At least the words would come from one of our own. Now, is there anything more?
Tell me some of Orzammar's history.
We were a great empire once, outnumbering even humans and elves. We traded with your Tevinter Imperium, and our land stretched as far in the deep roads as theirs did above. Kal Sharok was capital then, but we lost too many battles. We lost our golems, and we lost our territory. Now the Empire is simply ruined tunnels filled with Darkspawn.
How'd you lose your golems?
The Paragon Caridon, a smith of unsurpassed genius, invented the golems. For years they were our weapon against the Darkspawn. One golem is worth 12 dwarves in battle, but Caridon's Tig is far into the deep roads. When it fell, we lost his secret to creating golems. There are books about it along these walls if you would read more.
Golems like this?
Yes. We have only a few dozen left in Orzammar, and I do not recognize this one. Where did you find it? Every golem is precious to us. We'd pay a good sum for a new find.
I'd sooner jump into a pit of lava.
Unfortunate. Was there anything else? I must tell the rest of the Shaperate about this discovery.
Where is Kal Sharok?
At the other side of the old empire. During the last Blight, the kings of Orzammar knew they couldn't hold everything. They sealed the deep roads, abandoning everyone still trapped in far-flung settlements. It was the only way to survive. Kal Sharok is the only other city to outlast the Blight. We only rediscovered them recently, and they still haven't forgiven us.
Enough history. Let's talk basic Orzammar again.
I will settle your mind if I can, Warden.
What's the difference between an ancestor and a paragon?
All dwarves who die return to the stone as ancestors, to guide their families forever. But only one every few generations rises to paragon. A paragon is a dwarf whose accomplishments change Orzammar so much that the Assembly recognizes they've been born blessed. They are venerated as living ancestors and found a new noble house forever bearing their name.
Are there any paragons in Orzammar now?
There is one paragon of this generation, a woman named Branka. She was born a smith, but her inventions caught the Assembly's eye. Before she had seen 20 years, she created a smokeless coal. It could burn in a cave without vents and no one would choke from it. It earned her paragon status.
Where's Branka now?
She went into the deep roads 2 years ago seeking out secrets of the ancient smiths. She never returned.
Tell me some more of Orzammar's history.
We were a great empire once, outnumbering even humans and elves. We traded with your Tevinter Imperium and our lands, but we lost too many battles. We lost our golems.
Never mind. I should go.
We lost our territory. Your presence here has been recorded in the memories. I wish I knew what significance it has.
Your races, the race that you choose, as well as the class that you choose, is going to have different identifiers that are going to have different effects as far as the